Hello everyone and welcome to another Artsnacks unboxing. This is for August's box, so let's get it open. I can never do these in a straight line. Open sesame. Okay, so put the box on the floor. Ooh. Oh, nice. We have got a canvas board. I think it's, I'm guessing 8 by 10. I can't actually see the size on that. Dum. It's on the back. But this is a Fredrix archival 100% Belgian linen archival canvas board. I've never used canvas board before, so that's a nice change from just watercolor paper and things. So what's in the bag? Ooh. We have got some palette knives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 palette knives from Art Alternatives. They're definitely plastic knives, but they feel quite heavy, so it feels like good tough plastic. Then we have got some golden open slow drying acrylics. Okay. Open acrylic gel gloss. Okay. I have no idea what this stuff is. Then we have our candy, which is Smarties, the non-chocolate variety for our UK friends that have no idea what powdered candy Smarties are. That's a little baggie. Put that on the floor. There are menus. What have we in here? Oh. So first thing is a Derwent Inktense. I have the full set of these. I love these so much. I've got in hot red. Then we've got golden open slow drying acrylics, 22mm. Is that actual painted? Oh wow, that's actually painted on. That's a nice touch. Pyrrole red, semi-opaque, light fastness, good. Number 1. Then we've got a Derwent Graphic HB pencil. I have loads of these, hundreds of those. Then we've got a very bent paintbrush from Kingart. This is Premium 6 Finesse, and it's a filbert. Well, it will be when I put it in some hot water. And then we have got a Japanese pen of some sort, Kuretake. Let's see what it says on the list. Kuretake Zig Hikkei foodie pen. Foodie pen? I think I already have one of these actually. Do I? I don't know. We'll see in a sec. And then we have our Artsnacks sticker, which looks a little bit like military camouflage for the desert, I think. But anyway, not the desert. I'm thinking, never mind. So, okay, so the colors we've got are red. I only have red. Okay, and then black and grey. Okie dokie. So let's see what the Artsnacks challenge that everybody gets is. Basically just use all the supplies in the box. And when you get the plus box, you get a bonus art prompt, and then it says, think abstract this month. Palette knives are fun to use for pushing around paint and creating unique lines, shapes, and forms. Okay. I just realized I've got no white multimedia paper, so I'm going to have to use this Natural Multi-Techniques Paint On by Clairefontaine. But it's a good thick multimedia paper, it's not white. But it should be fine. So let's get started with the Zig pin. Yeah, I think I have one of these. This is one way you can go super duper fine with the line. Like you can go quite thick. And it's a plastic nib, not a brush nib. Kuretake Zig. Then of course we've got the pencil, which is sharpened to a nice point. Which is just your typical pencil, nice and smooth, HB. Derwent. Then we've got the Derwent Inktense. These are always so creamy when they come out of the pencil. And then we've got open slow drying, so I'll put that over there. Ooh, this is a bright red. I'm just going to use the brush dry and see how it maneuvers around. Oh, this is silky smooth. A little goes a long, long way as well. This is almost the equivalent of the Liquitex gouache that I was using. Like for maneuver, it doesn't feel like acrylic. It does feel like the Liquitex gouache. This is nice. But I'm guessing this is going to leave a shine, whereas the Liquitex gouache doesn't. If you want to know what I'm on about, I'll leave a link in the cards above for the gouache video. This is nice stuff. It's easy to move around, even with my bent paintbrush. But now I'll go get some water. Dum me has realised I wasn't recording for the majority of that, so I don't know what cameras picked up what, but I know my overhead wasn't recording, so the footage might only just be the side camera, which is mainly just for close-ups. So, I don't know. Hopefully editing me is going to be able to put something together. I've just got a bit of water, just to water down this acrylic. Which technically you're not supposed to do with acrylic. You're supposed to use the mediums to water things down because it breaks down the colour, the pigment of the colour. I gotta say it's a nice flow on the acrylics. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to do something about this paintbrush. Look at it. But yeah, the colour on the Derwent Inktense always comes to life when you add water to it. So yeah, that's basically the stuff that you can test. So we've got a outlining pen, pencil to sketch an idea with, some red paint, and an Inktense red. So either I'm going to do a drawing just in red, a painting just in red, but it's got to be abstract as well. That's going to be kind of boring. Or I change up the Inktense pencil for one I already have, even though that technically will be cheating. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'll go and have a think and then come back and film the rest. Okay, so hopefully now I've checked and I've triple checked that all the cameras are working now and they're fully charged. It's the next day because it does take that long sometimes. So yesterday we got as far as just doing a couple of samples, but in the meantime, while I've been waiting for the batteries to charge, I've done some experiments with things. Like here I've just used masking tape to try and define some edges. It kind of worked, but it takes a long time. I've tried here with some different colours that obviously didn't come with the Artsnacks. And then I've tried just using only the reds from the Artsnacks box, but I can't get my head around trying to do a monotone painting with just the reds, because you need a white and a black, and we didn't have that in the Artsnacks box, so there's no point me trying to do that. And trying to create an abstract piece with just one colour is not interesting. In my opinion of abstract, you need quite a few bits. But I don't know, maybe you guys could figure out just a way of just doing it with one colour in acrylic. If it was watercolour, it'd be easy because you just add water in it, it waters in, waters it down, which you kind of can do with acrylic, but water and acrylic just doesn't seem to mesh very well, so I'd rather not do that. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm still going to use all the bits that we got in the Artsnacks box, the gel, the palette knives, and the paints, the fine liner, the brush, which I've now straightened out, so it no longer has that curve. So that's what it should look like. I know a lot of people got the box and it was a bit bent. The Derwent Inktense and the Golden Open. So I have recently got the Kuretake soft body acrylics. I got them in the sale on London Graphic Centre. So as recording this video, it's still on sale, so if you want to grab yourself, and these are just a set of mixing. So we've got a yellow, a crimson, a blue, a green, hooker's green, and the transparent mixing white as opposed to titanium white, and then ivy black. All 59ml bottles, and I thought for £30. It's a pretty good price for Liquitex, so I picked them up. So I'm going to have to use these acrylics in hope that they merge well with the golden acrylics. If not, this is going to be a giant fail. So let's get started. Yeah. So just put these to one side. Let's open these bad boys. I've just got some water pots here as well, just to hopefully help. And then the canvas board, which I've already done a little doodle on of what I'm going to do, but I realise now I need to strengthen those lines, so I'm going to start doing that using the HB graphic Derwent pencil. And a ruler, when I can see a ruler. I've also picked out some other Inktense pencils from my own collection that I might use and then I might not use, so we'll see how we go with those. Do I need the... okay. And a ruler. I need a ruler. Just use this ruler. So I'm just going to sketch lightly go over on pencils to redefine the line. Okay, so now the sketch is complete, I can start working in with some colour. I think I'm going to go in with the Derwent Inktense Hot Red, which I got with the box. I just need to sharpen it a little. I'm going to go in with this section. Never used these Inktense on the canvas before. To be honest with you, I've not touched canvas since art school, and even then I preferred working on paper or even fabric, but I never really got on with using canvases and the whole sort of what I consider fine art. It just didn't gel with it. I did quite enjoy still life and drawing from models a bit, but again with, I can't remember, what did we use? I think we used watercolours in like charcoal. We didn't use like oils or acrylics or anything, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how these Inktense work on canvas, but I know with the Inktense you can actually paint on fabric, so I imagine they will work quite nicely. Just might get a different, well, you will get a different texture to what I normally use. But this sketch of mine is actually part of a building. I will put the image overhead so you can see what I'm on about. And I've just sort of like flattened it and made it, took that section of the building and then flattened it and then sort of thing, because I think it makes quite a cool pattern. So let's use the brush that we get with the box. Of course we need water to activate the beautiful Inktense. And let's just go ahead and get it wet. Oh wow, I've never seen it do that before. It sort of like sits on the canvas first before it soaks in, almost like a wax. So that might be the coating that's on the canvas board, but as long as it stays put, I don't mind. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the rest of this, but it needs to be sort of dark around the edges and lighter towards the middle, so it looks like it's slightly curved. That's the result I'm going to attempt to do. Just added a tiny bit of the black into the red, just to darken it a little bit, because I'm just going to go around the edges and try and blend it out. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to go over the Inktense again with another layer, because it's looking a little bit sad. So I'm just going to go over it again, because it should be completely dry now. Trying not to touch the regs, and a little bit of parts that are still wet. have to admit, I quite like working on canvas board. I'm not worrying about it buckling or anything like that. Sorry about my hair, it gets literally everywhere. But yeah, I quite like working on canvas board. I just wish that it was smoother. Maybe they do a smooth one, I don't know, I'll have to investigate that one. But it's quite nice. I mean, I could do some final sort of architectural renders on this for people. So, what I'm going to do, this is another soft body I got with a Artsnacks box. There we go. So I'm just going to mix this up with some mixing white. Use some of the Golden Open gel, because from my understanding it makes things super duper duper shiny, but it takes a long time to dry. I'm just hoping it's going to work with the liquid text paint okay, because I'm not using Golden Open, but I can already feel it's making the paint quite much thicker, like it's keeping its swirls. Let me put it on there. A bit better. Made it thicker. And also obviously it has the slows the drying time down of this stuff as well. Ooh. So just pop that there. And what I'm gonna do is, with my paintbrush, is go over these sections, because these are technically windows, and it might help if I wash my brush out properly, because there was still a little bit of red in there. Yep, so just get some of this, and then I don't want it to be too blue, but I do want the shine. That's the main thing I'm after, so it sort of looks a bit like glass. That's what I'm aiming for. Yeah, I have noticed, by the way, the Inktense doesn't stay as permanent on the canvas, so it must not mix very well with the whatever coating they've put on the canvas. So you have to be wary of that. One thing with me doing this though is that I want to keep the brush strokes in one direction, because the medium will actually show up your brush strokes. So I'm trying to get it as flat as possible without picking up too much red. And go ahead and do the other side as well. So I'm guessing that the gel medium actually really lightens the colour as well, because I really wanted a pale blue, but not this pale. So perhaps I might go a bit darker. So let's mix a bit of that into this. Hell, let's just try it straight from the bottle. So I've got blob there. Where's the open gun? Uh-oh. What we lost? I am such an idiot. It's right bloody there. Right, okay. Put in the gel medium straight on the top. Just use the same palette knife. Won't really make much of a difference, hopefully. Yeah, so it makes it much thicker. So where's the paintbrush? Wash that off. Make sure there's no red on it this time. I'll go the other side because that's had a little bit of time to dry off. There we go on. Right, let's do something with these lines, which I'm a little bit scared about because I'm going to be using palette knives. So I was just going to use the pen, but that's boring. So I'm just going to use a soft body black. I'm going to use this palette now, this weird shaped one, and hope that I can get some straight lines with it. So hopefully this is going to go horribly right or horribly wrong. The next step, I'm going to finish these lines off. Yeah, but I'm going to use an Inktense pencil, but it's my own colour, not that I got in the box. This is ink black. And I'm just going to go, by the way, just shows you how much this paint is still wet. That I mixed up yesterday. It is still malleable and wet, and I've not put any coverings or anything. The blue is also, but the red's dried up. That's I didn't put the medium in with that one, so, but it still took a long time to dry. But all the others are still malleable, apart from the black. So the black's just an acrylic from the Kuretake line, so that's different. Just sharpen this up. So I'm just going to go in and just add some of this colour because I want to be able to water it down but also fill in any gaps that the palette knife left. And I'm hoping just a little bit of water, we can then pull this out a little. And then I want to use this fan liner that came in the box that is now covered in powder from the sweets, the Kuretake Zig, and just to go around this edge. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I could continue working on this forever and ever and ever and ever. But it is an abstract piece, and I don't think it's too bad considering it's my first acrylic canvas piece. But I actually quite enjoyed this. I really like the open acrylic because it's still malleable even after a whole day. So for me, knowing that it's slow drying, the other thing I could use this for, actually, I'm thinking, I'll have to check the light fastness on these things. I could also use these for printmaking. so they could be dual purpose rather than having to buy 2 separate products. Because I've just started getting into printmaking again. So I might actually pick up some more of these golden opens, because they are quite nice. They flow on the page like the Liquitex gouache, which if you've watched the gouache video, you know I love. So yeah, they're not very fast drying, which is, depending on what project I'm working on, could work for and against me. So I just need to think about the materials I use before I do the project. But I really like the open, so I'm glad Artsnacks has put these in the box for me to try. I just wish that they'd put another couple of colours in there, because I know price-wise, yes, the box price-wise was the exact same price when I broke down all the materials. It was the same price what I paid, so I've not lost out on any money. I just paid for what I got. But I wish that they did put a couple of other colours in, at least 2 more, just 3, and then not put a Inktense pencil in or a graphic pencil. If they'd eliminated those 2 and then put 2 more of those in, I think it would have been a better box. The palette knives you can pick up from like the pound store. You can tell I've been watching American YouTubers. So that wasn't really anything special. The Kuretake Zig, I really like this pen. I do have one that's similar, but it's a PK2, and the nib is not, in fact, let me get it instead of. So the barrel of the pen is a little bit darker than the one we got in the Artsnacks box. It's more of a navy blue, and it's called a PK210, whereas the Artsnacks one is PK110. So, but the nibs, are different, but they give off the same effect. So I'm not sure understanding the idea behind that, because I can't read Japanese and there's not a lot of information I can find online about these. So, but I like these pens. They're good. So yeah, I hope you found this video entertaining and laughing at my graphic skills, or their lack of graphic skills, acrylic skills. I hope you just enjoyed this video in general, and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more, of course, please like and subscribe so I can continue making these things. But yeah, thank you for watching, and in the meantime, happy architecting!